Hey guys, it's Stefan McMillan.
And Justin, we have so many new segments for you, Watson.
And you're listening to episode 7 of Exposure, a half-hour sit-down with some of online's newest and exciting content creators.
And today's guest is Will Huddleston. He's been on YouTube for almost 7 years. I think 7 years, actually. And he makes a lot of different content.
And let's start the show. Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Exposure. We're so happy to still be doing this show, and we can't believe we're on episode 7 already. So thank you guys so much for listening and supporting us so far. We're so excited for our guest, Will Huddleston. I know Justin is a huge fan. He keeps raving about his Bathroom Buddies series, so I know he can't wait to finally get a chance to talk with him. And for tonight's episode, we'll be doing our Obsessions of the Week, the Word of the Week, and Storytime.
Guys, grab your kids, grab your blankies, because it's time for Storytime. And today, my story is, I signed up for the YouTube boot camp. I've been interested in the YouTube space for a long time, and then they renovated it for a while, and then so it was shut down for a while, and now it's reopened. And they did this boot camp. Now they've been giving classes separately for a while, but I guess they decided, let's try this out. So I guess we're the first official class.
Oh, cool.
I know, right? And and I didn't know what to expect getting there, right? Because at first I thought it was in the Google building, because the Google building is huge.
I've never been there.
It's a full city block in Manhattan. So, if anybody's been to New York, you know that's pretty big. But it's actually across the street. It's not even in the building. So it's in the Chelsea market. It's pretty cool. So we get there, right? Or I get there. I don't know why I said we ain't nobody. I get there. And there's snacks on the table. Now, we can't go into the back. But still. There's snacks on the table. There's chairs. You sign in. They got the little tablets for you to log in. I guess for attendance, whatever. It was pretty cool. But what I really liked about the class is that I don't know. I've always searched, and did research on YouTube. You watch those videos, how the tips and whatever, the tips and tricks. And some YouTubers say, hey, yeah, this is how you get big, whatever.
Yeah.
It's always the same generic advice every single time. Oh, you just gotta be consistent, and you gotta set an upload schedule. Now, we did go over some of those things, but they did it in a way where it was more information. I actually got something from the class. It wasn't oh, yeah, this is everything I know already. So I've actually have some ideas. So check out my channel this week, because it's going to be on fleek. And one thing I will say about just something I learned and I want to pass on is that they said something, about doing series on your channel and making it consistent. And if you have a good idea, roll with it. A lot of times we don't, I don't know, I've done that plenty of times. I'm like, this is a good idea, but I never do it. And if you can sign up for a YouTube space wherever you are, this YouTube space, LA, Berlin, there's a bunch of them. So if you can sign up for classes, do it.
Wait, so is it free, or do anyone that signs up have to pay?
Oh, it's free. I don't do pay.
Okay. So you said basically they didn't just go over the basic YouTube handbook rules. They went more in depth.
Well, the thing is, okay, at first, yeah, they were going through the, but you got to remember, you're in a room full of creators. And a lot of them, the lady next to me had 5,000 subscribers. I'm at 100 and something. And I don't know who, so there's a bunch of mixed people. And so what happens is, yeah, we start going over generic stuff at first, but then they give you an hour of Q&A. where you can ask them whatever you want. So then that's when you kind of dig a little bit deeper. And then they also do exercises too, where you talk to other creators about your channel and stuff. So you end up getting a lot more out of it than just going.
So who were the experts that were giving the advice?
Oh, I don't know his name.
Oh, so was no one recognizable?
No, but you know what? There's a channel, right? Are we cuckoo now? I don't know if anyone's heard of it. He's a Muslim YouTuber. He was actually there. He wasn't there at the class, but he was actually in the YouTube space, which was cool. I mean, he's not a huge channel, but it was still cool to see some, just a random YouTuber. There's probably other YouTubers there, but I just didn't know who they were.
So if anybody wants to sign up, where can they find information?
You can Google YouTube space, or you can go to youtube.com/YT/space, and it'll bring up a website, and it'll have all the different places like New York, Tokyo, London. Or you can tweet them at YouTube space. And we already know calling YouTube is impossible, so. And that was my story time. I felt productive after the class. Oh wait, there's another story. I walked to the YouTube space, and on my way back, this guy had fell. An old guy had fell on his bike, and I helped him up, and I'm just like, wait, bystander effect, where are you? Like, I just jumped into action. Where are you, bystander effect? And then this other guy came, and he tried to help too, and then he did too much. It was a very good Monday. For it to be a Monday, it was a very good Monday. And now, we're going to give you some quick tips about something on YouTube. Are you ready? I will try not to make it extremely generic, but some people do need generic advice.
Yeah, beginners, people who haven't been on YouTube that long.
We'll be right back.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
So everybody loves online shopping, and everyone pretty much loves Amazon. I know I do. It's so convenient and easy to use. Well, now you can do your regular shopping and support exposure by using our affiliate link. That's j.mp/slowlist. Use our link and just shop as you usually would. It's free, easy, and you'll be helping out the show. That's j.mp/slowlist. That's SLWLIST.
Hi ho, folks. This is Turwinkle of the Adventures of Turwinkle, the Gnome Mage, at youtube.com/PalmerBomber1, and you're listening to Exposure.
And we're back with our guest, Will Huddleston. Thanks for coming.
What's up?
So, where did your passion for YouTube stem from? Like, what inspired you to get started initially?
I watched Shane Dawson on YouTube, and he was this normal everyday guy making stupid, silly videos, and I was not doing very well in school, not so much grade-wise, but just friends and being popular, and no one really listened to me, so I turned to the internet to get my points across and to try to be entertaining, which I failed at, but, I've been going at it for like 7 years, and I would like to think that I've gotten better through that time.
7 years?
Yeah.
So, how did your family and friends react to your channel, if they know?
Well, when I first started YouTube, actually all the way through high school, it was sort of them making fun of me. They'd tell the teacher to turn my video on in class whenever we had free time, and that was very uncomfortable because the teacher was like, "Oh, this is so funny," and the kids are like, it's not funny. It's, you live in the South, and being unique is not, it's frowned upon in Arkansas. So my family, when I started, at first they were like, "Oh, get off YouTube. There's going to be some pedophile that finds you, and you don't need to be making videos. They know where you live now, and they know what you look like, and you're screwed." throughout the time, they got more comfortable with the idea of me being on the internet. So that's pretty much it.
So I guess it's fair to say that it's been hard to find like people to collaborate with where you're from.
Just very, very recently, I've found other people who do close to what I do. But yes, throughout the years, really, it's been no one but me on my channel. And just now am I actually getting some support here where I live. You know, people have decided that they wanted to start YouTube here because they knew I did YouTube, and I gained somewhat of a following on YouTube. So they were like, hey, I'm going to be on YouTube too. It's a cool thing to do now. And I would like to think that I started that in my town, which I probably didn't, but I'd still like to think that I did. It's the first one to do it here, that's for sure.
So for someone that's never seen your videos, how would you describe them to them?
Describe my videos as just weird. I started out doing just straight up comedy, and I didn't really write. I just did random crap on the camera, just being stupid. Now it's more structured. I try to branch out and do tech videos, and I try to do comedy videos, and right now I'm kind of working on a TV web series called Miserable. It's been about a 3-year project, and it's still very, very in its early stages, but I would like at some point for that to come out. And I don't know, I'm getting more into serious stuff and actual acting, whereas used to I did stupid stuff and edited the crap out of my stupidity. So,
do you think YouTube should be majority like family friendly? Because it's kind of not now.
Well, I mean, I think there should be more features in order to censor things, as there's not anything to really censor a kid from watching videos right now. I think they should bring back the ability to have show ratings, what they used to, where it's red, yellow, and green. You know, greens for, all audiences, yellows for maybe PG-13, and reds for total raunchiness. And I think that should be instituted again, but, I don't know if that's going to be instituted anytime in the future, but I think that's a fantastic idea. Because you don't want an 8-year-old kid watching a Bart Baker video, and it's like, Mom, what's a dick? You don't need that. So, teaching kids really, really weird crap.
So, you said you've been doing this for 7 years. What some advice would you give to someone that's, I guess, younger or just starting out on YouTube?
Don't be like every other YouTuber you see. Don't act just like Shane Dawson. Don't act just like Sexy Phil or Shay Carl, or I'm reading off older YouTubers, I'm sure. Don't be like Ryan Abe or Nash Greer. Don't act like them. You need to be your own person on camera. You need to let your personality flow, be natural on camera, because people are going to see right through your personality, or they're going to see right through the personality you have on camera. If they don't see you're genuine, you're probably never going to get that audience. So, just be real.
Well, we talked about negative comments. Have you gotten a positive comment that's inspired you to keep making videos?
I've gotten the few. I've been told that I really like this video. You could do better, but I see a lot of potential in you. Or I see, this is absolutely amazing. Keep up the good work. I get general comments like that. And I don't really have the comment booked anymore. It's on one of the older channels that are no longer around. I've made a lot of dumb decisions, deleting old accounts and deleting old videos that I'll never get back. But there have been comments where, I kept somebody from suicide, and it's they said, I watched one of your videos, I related, and I feel better about myself, and stuff like that. So that's always nice. You pretty much indirectly save somebody's life. That's always a great feeling.
I don't know if you mentioned this, but have you been on the same channel for 7 years, or have you switched around?
I think I've changed channels like I've changed my underwear through the years. And that's the biggest mistake that I've made, because, other channels that I could have been successful on, I made it on CNN and Awesomeness TV on Nickelodeon. One episode at least, but that's still a pretty good accomplishment in my opinion. If I would have stayed connected to one channel, I feel like I would have had much more support than I have now. Like, some of my old viewers never knew about my new channel, and they never switched over, and I think I did a poor job at advertising that I'd switched over.
Would you ever, like, move out to a bigger city to be able to pursue those dreams?
I would love that if I was able to make enough money to survive in bigger cities. Right now, I definitely couldn't survive in bigger cities. I'd be one of the homeless people living in a dumpster taking old sweaters from grandma's. So I don't need to be doing that right now. But, you know, if the opportunity ever arose and I got good money, hell yeah. I don't know who wouldn't in the entertainment business. L.A., who wouldn't want to go to L.A. if they're in the media business?
True.
So, what are some things you do outside of YouTube?
Some things I shouldn't really say publicly.
Oh.
I watch movies, watch Netflix, you know, eat chocolate alone in bed watching Netflix. I watch a lot of movies. I take mental notes on movies. I see a concept I might like in a movie or a TV show, and I put a mental note of it. And I try to get with other creators around the area to come up with ideas, and I'm trying right now to just get myself out there outside of YouTube. As far as what I do, I really don't do much outside of YouTube. YouTube is kind of my life. The internet's kind of my life, and, you know, until I can succeed in doing so, it's probably going to be my life for quite a while.
Well, what are some of your favorite TV shows right now?
Bates Motel, Walking Dead, a show called Justified on FX, Sons of Anarchy before it went off the air. I got another one that Under the Dome. I watch that during the summertime when there's not anything else on. I watch a lot of TV shows, and most of them are good. I would say Under the Dome's kind of iffy right now. It's too much drama and not enough action for me, but I don't know, Bates Motel and The Walking Dead are neck to neck as far as, you know, TV shows I look forward to. I also watch a lot of wrestling, Monday Night Raw. I love wrestling. That inner child in me is still in me, so I catch that every Monday night as well.
Well, with the rise of YouTube and other online platforms, do you think TV may be obsolete soon?
Absolutely. I think within the next 10 years, TV will be almost completely irrelevant, if not completely irrelevant. You can see right now Google Fiber is becoming bigger. You know, that's Google's internet service, which is supposed to be the most bestest thing in the world. And, I mean, the internet's being spread out, you know, further and further, and there's a lot more content going on the internet, a lot more creators turning to the internet, and a lot more original web series coming out. And yes, I truly do think that television's going to be dead within the next decade.
Are you on a network right now?
I am. I'm kind of on an independent network. It's new. My friend is in charge of it, so that's why I'm part of it. But yes, I am.
Okay, well, I was going to ask if you were, I guess, on a bigger one like Full Screen. Do you feel like those companies still have a place on YouTube, unless if they're not focusing on the bigger channels? Like, do you think smaller channels can benefit from them?
I don't think smaller channels really do benefit on the networks. I think it takes special attention from a network in order to make smaller channels more popular, and that's why I'm with the people I am now. I personally know the guy. I'm a smaller channel, and I absolutely know that he's going to help, you know, get me out there. And anyone new, since he's a new network, he's going to help any new person that becomes a part of the network out in advertising as well. He just recently partnered with Thunder Studios in Long Beach, California, and it's a pretty big production company. They've done Justin Bieber music videos, and they do a lot of commercials and stuff. They have like the world's largest green screen room, and it's pretty legit. And I'm going to VidCon, and I hope to get to go there and experience the area. But I think smaller networks that aren't known like Full Screen and Makers are going to help you out more than the bigger networks are. The bigger networks are, I feel like, just like YouTube. You know, they just care about what's getting the money. Whereas the smaller networks, I think, are trying to make the money, and in doing so, trying to get the money, they're focusing on who's making the money. So, I mean, I think once you get to a certain popularity level, you start ignoring what made you get to that point. And there are very few people out there and very few networks out there that don't change. And it takes a special kind of person to not change.
Do you think that's the next step? Independent networks popping up? Like smaller YouTubers creating their own networks?
It takes a lot of money and resources to make a network, so I don't see a lot of common day YouTubers unless they have money already making networks. I think you have to have a connection in order to really make a network. But, I mean, there's a lot of independent networks already out there. It's just they're not promoted like the bigger networks are. You just gotta look for them. They're out there, and they'll probably do you a lot more justice than what the bigger YouTube networks are doing.
Yeah, I know a few, like Ownage Network, which is SCM owns too. Yeah, he's small, not a smaller channel, maybe. Well, I don't. What do you call it? Mid-sized channel? I don't know if he has money, but but yeah, he started his it's for gaming and stuff. So, but I guess he would accept anybody. But yeah, I think it's cool. I would like to start a network one day.
The smaller networks tend to pay you more too. Full Screen and Makers, as far as I know, still only pay you 70% commission. My network that I'm with is paying me, I think 80% because I asked for it. But I mean, the smaller networks are actually going to work with you a lot more in terms of giving you more percentage of revenue for your channel. So if you want to go for the smaller independent networks, such as Power Up TV, who's I'm with, they'll give you a lot more on commission than the bigger YouTube networks will.
And I think I think it is wise to like start independent networks now, because what people don't realize is that with the decline of TV and cable subscription service and stuff, though that advertising money is still going to be there, so they're going to have to use the advertising money somewhere else, and they're just going to come wherever the people are. So there will be a lot more money soon, there'll be more money as TV declines.
Well, it's like TV networks. You know, I've gotten like everybody and their brother's doing a TV station now, where used to when TV first came out, they only had maybe 2 or 3 channels. Now they have 300, 400. It's ridiculous. And I think that's kind of what's happening on the internet now. Everybody's trying to get in the game of networks and website or, media platforms, that we're going to have like 50 billion media platforms in the next decade, like Netflix, YouTube, and all them competing with each other like networks on TV are. It might become all about ratings. Who knows? I don't know what they're going to do to try to screw things up, but inevitably, I think that they will.
Well, yeah, because it's like the social media site. Because there are a lot of video platforms, but I feel like, a lot of the top ones hold the monopoly for, like, Facebook. Where else are you going to go? Twitter, where else are you really going to go?
Yeah, I mean, you want to tweet 140 characters about taking a crap? I mean, where else are you going to go to do that? Where else are you going to talk about, eating a sandwich other than Facebook? Hey, I just ate a Arby's sandwich. It was really good. There are tons of places you can type that sort of crap, but what places are going to be full of traffic to see your stupid little statuses that no one really cares about. I don't know the infatuation with all that. I try to just post business sort of stuff on those sites. I don't really get too personal. And I just kind of laugh with people who are personal. They're like, if that bitch says one more thing to me, I'm gonna slap her. You know, I see crap like that all the time. I'm like, see, this is what causes problems. You open your mouth and say something like that, it makes the problem even worse. You're stupid. I don't think you even need to own a Facebook. But I don't think they're used right at all, but I get what you're saying. Where else are you gonna talk about stupid crap that nobody really cares about online? You're not.
And I think this will be our final question, and I love this question. So if you could get a YouTuber's login for 24 hours, you can do something mean, you can do something nice. It could be a famous YouTuber, small YouTuber, doesn't matter. Whose login do you want, and what are you going to do with it?
Ooh, golly, that's a hard question. That is a good question, though. I'm gonna have to think about this one for a second. Who's the biggest YouTuber on YouTube right now? Is it still PewDiePie?
PewDiePie.
Just log into PewDiePie's account and put a bunch of dick videos on there. This is for the bro army. Here you go. You're welcome. I don't know. I'd get on the biggest YouTuber's channel and just post something like that and see what the big outcry is, over it. That'd be interesting.
Well, that was it. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. I really wish you would have had the pretty girl that's in your videos in this podcast. I would have probably macked on her a little bit, but you're welcome. It was a pleasure, though.
Right, thank you so much for coming, Will. We'll be right back. Hey guys, it's Stefan. Hope you're enjoying the episode so far. Justin and I are now making it easier than ever to get your exposure fix. Along with YouTube and iTunes, you guys can now check us out on TuneIn, Cast Roller, and Double Twist. Just search Exposure with Stefan McMillan and Justin Watson. And now, back to the show.
Well, that's it, guys. We reached the ending of our wonderful episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to get more content from us or just, connect with us on different ways, you can follow us on Twitter at Exposure Show. Like us on Facebook at Exposure Pod. That's Exposure POD. If you want more content, bloopers. Sometimes we cut out parts of interviews because they don't fit. If you want to know more about your content creators, be sure to visit us at youtube.com/slowlist in your face. That's youtube.com/slowlist in your face. SLOWLISTINYA face. Or you can visit our blog, exposurepodcast.blogspot.com. Thank you so much for our guest, Will Huddleston, for coming. It was great having him. Hope to have him in the future. You can find Will's channel at youtube.com/TheWilliamHuddleston. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening again. If you can leave us a rating on iTunes, and if you want to support the show and keep us going, and maybe help us produce better quality content for you, please head over to patreon.com/slowlist, and you can donate $1 if that's all you feel we deserve, or that's all you can give. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next episode of